Now, as we go into this third day, let's take a look at that pitch. Well, there's been plenty of variable bounce on this Headingley surface, but it's all added up to a very interesting game. And I think it's a wicket that if you get in, as Compton did for the visitors and Johnny Bairstow in magnificent style for Yorkshire yesterday, then you can get runs on it. But Yorkshire got off to a great start this morning as they turned to spin in the first over. It paid off as occasional spinner Adam Live had Milan caught in the slips for 35. Brooks opened at the other end and was cut to the boundary by Franklin, who looked to be in good form. But the combination of Brooks and Live led to some problems for Middlesex as Franklin and Simpson, two left-handers, battled to try and obtain a decent lead. Simpson cut Live away from the top edge to a down-to-firm man for 4, and Tim Bresnan was then brought into the attack. Franklin drove him firmly at the stumps and the saved 4 runs as the Kiwi produced a fluent shot. He added 2 runs from the leg side to go to 36, and that pitch we referred to earlier continued to provide variable bounce, and Simpson played on to Bresnan for 15 to leave Middlesex 159 for 6. Big Ollie Rayner arrived and drove Bresnan through the offside for 4, and runs began to flow for a time, and Rayner found the boundary off Brooks, who was brought into the attack. Franklin moved to 48 with a boundary off Brooks, and Rayner also found the ropes, chopping Patterson to third man. Franklin then went to his 50 with 5 fours and added another 2 to third man off Will Rhodes. Eventually, though, the breakthrough as Rayner fell into a trap set by Patterson and skipper Gale. Balance took the catch in the short extra cover area, where Patterson had several fielders in attendance. Rayner out for 28. Middlesex at this stage 206 for 7 and the lead 189. New batsman Harris drove Patterson away for 3 runs, but then perished LBW to Rhodes for 5. Middlesex 211 for 8. Patterson continued to trouble the Middlesex batsmen with some fine bowling, but then a fabulous catch by Balance got rid of Roland Jones. A diving catch of great quality to give Rhodes a second wicket, and Will Rhodes picked up his third in the innings, and that of course will give him great confidence. Some resistance from Murtagh for a time, but Rhodes then bowled him for 13. So Middlesex 229, all out. It's a lead of 212. Yorkshire need 213 to pull off a very, very big win. Yorkshire began the session needing 213 to win. Live and Lees made tentative starts, but then Live latched onto a full delivery from Murtagh for an opening 4. He used the soft hand approach to steer Murtagh to the boundary again through firm man. Lees then found the ropes off Roland Jones as Yorkshire got the victory target below 200. They'd begun cautiously, understandable as the wicket had not been that true on occasions in this match. But then we did have a wicket as skipper Franklin got Lees out LBW for 10, Yorkshire 27 for 1. Newman Balance got off the mark with an edge to the boundary, and Live also edged to the ropes. A wide Harris delivery was dealt with really well by Balance through the covers for 4. Runs were starting to come as Yorkshire went past 50, and Balance and Live began to gain confidence against this Middlesex attack. The pair started to dominate as Middlesex rang the changes with their bowling to try and get something out of this wicket and grab much needed wickets to bring them back into the game. But Dexter dropped short with his medium pace, and Live moved to 47 with a square drive for 4. At tea it's looking good for the home side, 91 for 1, Live's 48, Balance 22, needing a further 122 to win. Balance began the session with a 4, but misread a Rayner delivery and was outstumped by Simpson off for 29. Gale opened up with a cover drive for 4 off spinner Rayner, and he followed it up with a leg side 4. And Live started to cut loose for a time, bringing up his 50 and then scoring quickly. There were still some worrying moments along the way, and Live eventually went for 67, caught by Simpson off the spinner Rayner. Now, Johnny Bairstow, the hero from the first innings, was dropped early doors without opening his account by Franklin. But his time at the wicket was short-lived as Rayner took a catch in the slips off Roland Jones, and he'd gone for naught. And Yorkshire at this stage in trouble at 132 for 4 and making hard work of it, Bairstow out for naught. Leaning and Gale would be calm for a time. Roland Jones bowled some splendid deliveries to insert further pressure. Leaning struck Rayner for a 4 and a 6 to relieve the situation. And Gale cut Harris away to the boundary as Yorkshire gathered momentum. But another sting in the tail as Leaning was caught by Rayner off the shoulder of his bat for 25 off the bowling of James Harris. Gale then cut Harris away for 4 to go to 29. It became back-to-back 4s as he moved to 33 runs. Maxwell got off the mark with a 3 from mid-wicket and he followed it up with a 4. A few moments later, Andrew Gale was bowled to produce another twist in the tail, a wicket for Murtagh out for 37. Well, a few anxious moments along the way, but they had a few worrying times. But Maxwell and Rhodes got Yorkshire home, and the Australian ended the game with a mighty 6. Maxwell 23, Rhodes 10. Yorkshire taking 20 points from this win, still unbeaten in the championship, a win by 4 wickets, and things are going pretty well at Headingley.